Let me start off by apologizing for the noise. I am shooting this out in the open. This video is for the representatives at Hasbro Toys. My name is Vinicius Fonches, and I'm a huge fan of many of the toy lines put out by your company. One in particular I have followed and collected for years, which is the Marvel Legends line. I am posting this video on behalf of a very large community of Marvel Legends and Universe collectors that share their collections and love for these figures here on YouTube. One of the original founders of said community, YouTube named Shartimusprime, came up with the great idea of holding a contest where collectors would design their own Dream Legends line. The lines would be posted as videos and fans would vote on their favorite. I am here today to present that line to you, in hopes that one day I and many more collectors like myself could add these figures to our ever-growing collections. The line was to include 7 figures that would each include a piece that would form a large Build-A-Figure, similar to the original Galactus line. I've also taken the liberty of drawing out each character to resemble an actual Marvel Legend figure and provided ideas on how to reuse older molds as to be more cost effective. I will also be using Marvel artwork to show the character's original design and color schemes. So without further ado, I present to you the YouTube fan favorite Dormammu Dream line. The first figure in the wave, which includes both Dormammu's collar and flaming head, right there, is something we haven't seen in a while. It's actually an Iron Man villain. Crimson Dynamo has a very Iron Man-esque design, so it's only fitting a Series 1 Iron Man be used as a base. Paint application is also simple, making him primarily a shiny red, much like that of Centurion Iron Man. Here we have Crimson Dynamo. Could also put the yellow on his chest to represent the beam. Okay, next up, which is second in the wave, is the smallest in stature, seeing that it would come with the package with Dormammu's upper torso, right there. A favorite that we have yet to see in either classics or Legend lines is Jubilation Lee. The first of 2 X-Men characters in the line, Jubilee could be made using an X-23 body. The trench coat would be similar to Ultimate Nick Fury's, only shorter, and the upper arms would be a new sculpt. As for the head, it would have a new hair sculpt and could feature 2 peg holes on each side, allowing for the sunglasses to slide up where her bangs would hold it in place, as shown here. And there we have Jubilee. The third figure, which is accompanied by the lower torso, is Speedball from the New Warriors. Speedball's body could be either that of Union Jack or any of the smaller figures. Not much detail is required, seeing that the design is based mostly on paint application, with the hair and face being the only thing needed to sculpt. And that's what the paint job would look like on Speedball. Okay, the arms and legs of Dormammu, and there's actually the lower torso that I didn't talk about. The arms and legs of Dormammu would be packaged with the bulkier figures. Placing the limbs in the corners of the box would be less space consuming. So the upper pair of arms would come with the character that many collectors feel is well overdue. We have had many renditions of Captain America, but have yet to see the US Agent. Now this would be the simplest figure to produce, using the great face-off Captain America as a base. Only a repaint would be required. Okay, and of course we know the US Agent looks like. Okay, the variant on the other hand is one that I feel would be a big surprise to collectors. Before becoming the US Agent, John Walker was known by the alias Super Patriot. Another very simple design. The variant could be made using a Captain Britain body with the addition of hair. He would also need a flaming sword, preferably molded in translucent plastic. And there it is, a very simple color scheme with the addition of the little crew cut. The middle set of arms has us seeing a longtime X-Men villain and member of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, Sauron. The body could be made using the torso and limbs of a slim figure such as Mr. Fantastic or Spider-Man. The hands and feet could be similar to Blackheart's with the addition of 2 fingers and toes. The tail would be much like Nightcrawler's, only longer, and a new head sculpt and wing system would be developed for this figure. Seeing that the style used in the Vulture and Falcon figures might not work so well here, I believe that the addition of a stretchy plastic similar to that used on many Legends capes would allow for the stretching and folding of the wings. Sauron would also have a variant, which is not pictured here, with the loincloth and paler skin, a perfect addition for collectors to add to their Savage Land set. The last set of arms would go to longtime X-Force member Shatterstar. Shatterstar could be made using shoulder pads, knee pads, and a ponytail much like that of Omega Red. The regular figure would be the sleeveless red suit version, while the more popular white costume could be the variant, making it more sought after by collectors. The variant would benefit many of the same attributes as the regular figure, with the addition of the Nick Fury arms to give the impression of longer sleeves. They would also both have a scarf similar to that of Bishop. Okay, we have seen Shatterstar in more commonly in this version. That's the variant, and here would be the sleeveless regular. Finally, the set of legs would go to another fan favorite, which is Thunderstrike. Okay, Thunderstrike could consist of a Thor body, preferably from the Giant Man series, a Zorn jacket, a bearded Sentry head with smaller beard, and finally an Age of Apocalypse saber-tooth ponytail. A metal chain could be added to the end of his hammer for a great realistic touch. And there we have Thunderstrike. Awesome character. When assembled, Dormammu will tower over the rest of the figures, much like Galactus, looking very imposing. He would have a swivel neck, seeing that the translucent flame covering his head would not allow for a ball joint. He would also have a set of ball jointed shoulders on the collar, along with 2 more pairs on the upper torso. The individual arms and legs would have the articulation of Galactus, only difference being in his hands. The fingers should have the same style as that of Doctor Strange as to emulate the casting of spells. I believe Dormammu would be an amazing figure to own, with the only noticeable problem being his top heaviness. There he is next to Doctor Strange. The upper arms and legs that are packaged in pairs leave room for the addition of up to 4 figures to the line. 5 if you split the head and collar, like so. This could be a great way of releasing a line similar to the Fin Fang Foom wave, where more figures will be needed to create the bath. If this be the case, figures can be switched around so that the 3 figures that have variants could come with an energy orb. This way, if you buy all the variants, you are not stuck with leftover bath pieces. You would have 6 energy orbs to place on each of his hands. And here is actually Dormammu with the orbs, and here he is fighting Doctor Strange. I believe this would be an awesome bath to own. I would be happy to put this in my collection, and I believe this would really please the fans that are asking for a Build-A-Figure to come back to Marvel Legends. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to watch this video, and from all of us here at the Marvel Legend community, we greatly thank you. Goodbye.